Hello. A few years ago, a term was coined VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous, and it said that the world is now VUCA. But just think about it for a moment. Isn't it true that the world has always been VUCA? When has there been a time in this world when there has not been a flood or a war or an earthquake or some calamity, and humans have always been able to face and come out of those circumstances? Isn't that true? It's not it's not just that right now is the time that is volatile. It has always been true, and it to my mind it will always be true as well. At the same time, what is so amazing is the potential of human beings, the capability of human beings to just come out victorious of every situation. Yes, there is losses, yes, there is pains, and a lot of other things involved as well. But the potential, if we just trust ourselves, we can actually come out of any and every situation every single time. That brings me to the first principles of Jack Canfield. First success principle of Jack Canfield: take 100% responsibility. When you take 100% responsibility for your life, you actually find ways and means to deal with every situation that life throws at you, every situation that life brings to you. Instead of sitting back and complaining, instead of sitting back and blaming, or just thinking, what can I do now? It's really time to raise ourselves up, especially now in these COVID times. While the world has always been volatile, yes, uh, it is also true that in our generation, at least in my limited scope of time, in my limited scope of activities or surroundings that I have been in, I have not really seen such a huge amount of uh, amount of casualties, amount of pain that is currently going on. It's interesting, a quote that I read somewhere: if the change outside is more than the change inside, then the end is near. And right now is really the time to take 100% responsibility to change ourselves from within, to bring a change within ourselves, to be able to uplift ourselves. What are the things that we can do? Well, a lot of things that is already being mentioned that we can do in these times is we take better care of ourselves. We do not go out unnecessarily. We can avoid a lot of crowd. There are people who have to work, but the amount of precaution that can be taken. Are we actually wearing the mask fully or just letting it hang loose? So a lot of things, it's actually becomes a personal responsibility. We can always keep saying that it is the government's responsibility to provide oxygen. It's the government should have done this, and the big houses should have done that. But those are the events that is happening outside. Do we really have control on what is happening outside? We never ever have control on that. Those are the events that is happening, and what we have control, what we any time, any given point of time have control on is our thoughts and our emotions. Are we taking responsibility to change our thoughts and our emotions to be able to deal with any situation that is coming to us? Just think about it. We might really say right now that so much is happening in life. My such and such is not feeling well, and it's so difficult to go to the doctor. Or I've heard about this patient, and there is so much fear that is there all over. And it's just natural to get angry and frustrated. Well, on one hand, it is natural to get angry and frustrated, and at the same time, it is also even more natural to be able to keep calm and to be able to sustain ourselves, to be able to deal with the situation. There are lots of people who are working in this chaos day in and day out, and if they were angry and frustrated, they will never be able to work with it. In fact, it is 100% true that the moment we are angry or frustrated or blaming or just complaining and not doing anything, we are actually pulling ourselves back. We are not being able to do anything about the situation. We are not able to take care of ourselves. We are not able to take care of anyone else as well. So it's time that we are able to uplift ourselves first. What does it really mean to take 100% responsibility of ourselves? Just imagine one situation. Maybe at some point of time you got a bonus of, of an X amount. And when you got that bonus, uh, you probably had two choices or three choices. One, to invest the complete thing. Two, to spend the entire thing on party. Or three, to divide the two, invest it and spend it in a party as well. Well, what is the choice that you made? It really depends on the choices that you make, that the circumstances today are different. Okay, it's important to have a good balance between enjoying and living responsibly as well. What is everything that we have right now is a direct result of the choices we make. Are we being able to maintain ourselves is a result of the choices that we make in the past. Are we doing more yoga, meditation, exercise? Are we truly doing something to be able to sustain ourselves from within every point of time? That is what it really comes down to. Just thinking about it right now, there is I don't think there is one right way or one wrong way. Though as an inner shift coach, I do tell a lot of people coaching helps, and I have seen a lot of results that coaching does help uh, to bring about sustainability, to take responsibility for yourself. At the same time, you have to find the right way for yourself. But finding the right way is important. Uh, what does that really mean? Is think about it like a few years back, you know, when COVID was not there, and you had to just probably go to office. You had to get up at like, let's say, 6 o'clock. Instead of 6 o'clock, you got up at 6:10, so you were already 10 minutes late. And then there was no hot water, so you just kind of all mumbled up and jumbled up, and then the breakfast was not really happening. Uh, Probably the toaster was not working or something, and you just rushed out, and then there was a lot of traffic on the road. By the time you reached to the office, what was your state actually? Were you very productive at that point of time, or were you just lost all in chaos within yourself? If you were the boss, you were probably angry at everyone else. If you were the junior, you were probably just finding a way to hide yourself till you can collect yourself. So be aware that it is not COVID that has put us in a situation that we're not even able to take control of ourselves. It is the way we have been living that we are not being able to take control of ourselves. It's time to uplift ourselves more than ever before. Take 100% responsibility. Take 100% responsibility literally means taking 100% responsibility for your thoughts, for your emotions, and for your responses. And because that's the only thing that you can actually take control of. Event outside is never in your control. In fact, your own event in the past is not in your control. That again is seen as an event, it has already happened. What are you going to do about it now is something that is in your control. Another interesting thing is, yes, this is a principle which Jack Canfield has. E plus R is equal to O. Event plus response is equal to outcome, because your responses has a direct impact on the outcome. The way you respond will affect the outcome, because event is already there and your response affects the outcome. While this principle, if you agree to this principle that your responses is the one that controls the outcome, then there are various ways and means to help you change your response. And I will be talking about a lot of various ways and means uh, in the coming sessions that is there, okay, or in my coming videos, right? For right now, uh, thank you so much for listening, and let me know any query that you have or any comment that you have as well. Thank you so much. My name is Prosperity. I'm an emotional coach, a certified success principles trainer by Jack Canfield, stakeholder certified trainer by Marshall Go as well. And it's my deep desire to help people to be able to thrive from within. Thank you so much.